My life was a gilded cage, a prison of my own making where every luxury was at my fingertips, yet my heart felt perpetually empty. The vastness of my mansion echoed with a symphony of emptiness, each room a testament to my isolation. Surrounded by opulence, I was starved for something real. Money couldn't buy love, it couldn't buy authenticity. The more I acquired, the more hollow my existence felt. Year after year, the yearning in my heart grew stronger, a relentless ache that no amount of wealth could soothe. I craved a connection that transcended the allure of wealth, a bond that was genuine and untainted by materialism. I longed for a love that saw me, Adrian, the man behind the billions, not the billionaire himself. The decision to shed my affluent skin was terrifying yet exhilarating. It was a leap into the unknown, a chance to rediscover myself. I yearned for normalcy, for the simple joys of life unburdened by the weight of my inheritance. A breakfast shared with friends, a walk in the park, moments that were priceless. I wanted to experience the world through the eyes of an ordinary man, to feel the pulse of life in its most unadorned form. To find love in its purest form, untainted by the trappings of wealth, was my deepest desire. My heart ached for a love story that wasn't written with dollar signs but with the ink of shared dreams and genuine affection. A story that was real, raw, and beautiful. I envisioned a love that was built on mutual respect and understanding, a partnership where both souls were seen and cherished. The plan was simple, yet audacious. I would leave behind the life of luxury and embrace a new identity. I would trade my tailored suits for worn jeans, my luxury cars for a rusty bicycle, and my grandiose lifestyle for one of simplicity. My journey would be one of transformation, from a wealthy magnate to a struggling artist seeking the essence of life and love. I would become Adrian, the struggling artist, a blank canvas yearning for the brushstrokes of true love. Each day would be a new opportunity to create, to feel, to connect. The blank canvas symbolized my new beginning, a life where every stroke was a step towards finding genuine love. Leaving behind the life I knew, I ventured into the unknown, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and anticipation. The world was vast, and I was ready to explore it. My journey was filled with uncertainty, but also with hope. Each new place, each new face was a potential chapter in my quest for love. This was my journey, my quest for a love that money couldn't buy, a love that would see me for the man I truly was. It was a path of self-discovery and genuine connection. In the end, I sought a love that was real, a love that would embrace me, Adrian, not for my wealth but for my heart and soul. This was my longing, my dream, my ultimate quest. The transition was jarring, a stark contrast to the life I had always known. I had been accustomed to a world of opulence, where every need was met before I even realized it. The sudden shift to a life of simplicity was both shocking and liberating. Gone were the silken sheets and gourmet meals, replaced by threadbare blankets and instant coffee. My mornings, once filled with the aroma of freshly baked pastries and the sound of a bustling kitchen staff, were now quiet and solitary. I found myself savoring the simplicity of making my own coffee, a ritual that grounded me in this new reality. Yet there was a strange freedom in this simplicity. I felt lighter, unburdened by the weight of expectations that came with my name. The constant pressure to maintain a certain image, to live up to the legacy of my family, had always been a heavy burden. Now, in this new life, I was free to be myself, to explore who I truly was without the constraints of societal expectations. I rented a small apartment in a bustling, artsy neighborhood, a far cry from the sterile elegance of my mansion. The walls were adorned with colorful artwork, and the streets outside were alive with the sounds of street performers and the chatter of people. It was a vibrant, dynamic environment that breathed new life into me. The air here hummed with a different kind of energy, a vibrant pulse of life that I had never experienced before. Every corner of the neighborhood had its own unique charm, from the graffiti-covered walls that told stories of the city's past, to the lively markets that were a feast for the senses. It was a place where creativity and individuality thrived. Days were spent exploring my newfound anonymity. I wandered through the city, discovering hidden gems and meeting people from all walks of life. Each day was an adventure, a chance to learn something new and to see the world from a different perspective. I wandered through bustling markets, marveling at the simple pleasure of haggling over prices. It was a skill I had never needed before, but I quickly learned to appreciate the art of negotiation. The markets were a microcosm of the city, a place where people came together to trade goods and stories. I sat in small cafes, soaking in the aroma of freshly brewed coffee and the snippets of conversation swirling around me. These cafes became my sanctuaries, places where I could sit and reflect on my journey. The baristas knew me by name, and I found comfort in the familiarity of their friendly faces. The city, once a distant landscape viewed from the back of a chauffeured car, now unfolded before me in all its gritty, unfiltered glory. I walked its streets, feeling the pulse of its heartbeat beneath my feet. The city was alive, and I was a part of it in a way I had never been before. In this world of anonymity, I could be anyone, anything I wanted to be. The possibilities were endless, and the freedom was exhilarating. I no longer felt the need to conform to a predetermined path. Instead, I could forge my own way, guided by my passions and interests. I embraced the freedom, shedding the layers of pretense that had cloaked me for so long. My wardrobe transformed from tailored suits to comfortable, casual attire. I felt liberated, unencumbered by the trappings of my former life. Each day was a step towards discovering my true self. I rediscovered myself in the ordinary, finding joy in the smallest of things. A shared smile with a stranger, the warmth of the sun on my face, the simple act of making my own coffee each morning. These moments, once overlooked, became the highlights of my day. They reminded me that happiness could be found in the most unexpected places, and that a life of simplicity could be rich and fulfilling. Fate, it seemed, had a plan. Sometimes life has a way of surprising us when we least expect it, weaving together moments that seem insignificant at first but later reveal themselves to be pivotal. I met Kristina at a local art fair, a kaleidoscope of colors and creativity. The fair was bustling with energy, a vibrant celebration of artistic expression. Each booth was a window into the soul of an artist, filled with paintings, sculptures, and crafts that told unique stories. She was lost in the vibrant tapestry of an abstract painting, her brow furrowed in concentration. The painting was a riot of colors, a chaotic yet harmonious blend that seemed to capture the essence of human emotion. Kristina stood there, completely absorbed, as if the painting held the answers to some profound question. Her hair, a cascade of fiery red, shimmered in the afternoon sun, and her eyes, a deep emerald green, held a spark of intelligence that drew me in. There was something almost ethereal about her, a presence that was both commanding and gentle. Her eyes seemed to see right through the chaos of the world, finding beauty in the most unexpected places. Mustering my courage, I approached her, engaging her in a conversation about the artwork. My heart pounded in my chest, a mix of excitement and nervousness. I wondered if she would be receptive or if I would be just another face in the crowd. To my surprise, she was warm and engaging, her laughter as bright and vibrant as the paintings surrounding us. Her laughter was infectious, a melody that seemed to harmonize with the lively atmosphere of the fair. It was as if we had known each other for years, our conversation flowing effortlessly. We talked for what felt like hours, effortlessly navigating from the intricacies of art to the complexities of life. We discussed our favorite artists, the meaning behind certain pieces, and even our own attempts at creating art. The conversation then shifted to more personal topics, our dreams, our fears, and the experiences that had shaped us. There was an honesty in her gaze, a genuineness in her smile that captivated me. It was rare to find someone so open and sincere, someone who wasn't afraid to show their true self. Her smile was like a beacon, guiding me through the maze of my own thoughts and emotions. It was refreshing, like a cool breeze on a sweltering summer day. In a world that often felt overwhelming and chaotic, Kristina was a breath of fresh air. She had a way of making everything seem simpler, more manageable, just by being herself. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the fairgrounds, I realized I was reluctant to let the day end. The sky was painted in hues of orange and pink, a fitting backdrop to the magical day we had shared. I wanted to hold on to this moment, to the connection we had forged. Gathering my courage, I asked Kristina if she would like to grab coffee sometime. My voice trembled slightly, betraying my nervousness. I held my breath, waiting for her response, hoping that this wasn't the end of our story. To my delight, she agreed, a shy smile gracing her lips. Her smile was like a promise, a hint of the possibilities that lay ahead. It was a small moment, but it felt monumental, a turning point in my life. As we parted ways, her image lingered in my mind, a spark of hope igniting within me. I watched her walk away, her red hair catching the last rays of the setting sun. I felt a sense of anticipation, a feeling that this was just the beginning of something extraordinary. Could this be the connection I had been searching for, the love story I dared to dream of? Only time would tell, But in that moment I felt a sense of optimism I hadn't felt in years. It was as if meeting Kristina had opened a new chapter in my life, one filled with endless possibilities and the promise of something beautiful. Our first date was at a cozy little coffee shop tucked away on a quiet side street. The air was thick with the aroma of roasted beans and cinnamon, and soft jazz music played in the background. I watched as Kristina took a sip of her latte, her eyes closing in pure enjoyment. It was such a simple act, yet there was a certain grace to it that captivated me. As the days melted into weeks, our dates became a cherished ritual. We strolled hand in hand through bustling parks, shared laughter over steaming mugs of hot chocolate, and lost ourselves in conversations that stretched late into the night. Kristina possessed a zest for life that was contagious, her laughter as bright and clear as a summer sky. She saw the world with wide-eyed wonder, finding beauty in the simplest of things. With each passing day, I found myself falling deeper under her spell. Her kindness, her compassion, her ability to find joy in the everyday moments, it was all so incredibly alluring. For the first time in my life, I felt truly seen, truly understood, without the weight of my wealth obscuring the man beneath. It was liberating, terrifying, and utterly exhilarating all at once.